Well, there might still be a question mark over the Olympic Games in Tokyo, but there was never a doubt that the world-famous South Cerney duck race would take place. The committee decided we couldn't have mass participation or a whole load of people watching down Bow Wow. So you're watching on TV. We're glad to have your company. 5 unbelievable athletes, honed, poised and ready to go. The defending champion, we've got Mike Grindle at a tender age of 54, coming out of retirement after a career as a semi-pro motor racing enthusiast. The 31-year-old Stu Foote, he started life in Swindon. We won't hold it against him. He's lived here about 6 years. Then we've possibly got the favourite, the thinnest and the tallest, Darren Gadd, 47 years young, of course, manages the old George and the Wheat Sheaf. And then second from the outside with the Ewan Thomas style hair, just give us a glimpse. Yeah, there he is, Jason Stevens. And last but by no means least, the pride of Stellenbosch, who came here for a woman and has still not left yet, Andreas, the 40-year-old. 1,400 ducks have been purchased. All the money's going in the kitty for the village. Follow me, guys, as we head down to the water. Mike, you've got competition this year, and I gather you've checked out the water, and we have to keep this clean because it's live, although it's not on Channel 4. It's blooming cold.
It's very cold, yes. Last year was a bit of a one-duck race, obviously, so I thought I'd better have a bit of competition as the reigning champion. But yeah, it's pretty cold, and it's a lot deeper this year, so it could get interesting.
Right, and all the money, all the £2.50 of gambling on this is going to Darren, because he is the leanest. Is he the meanest?
Well, looks can be deceiving. Let's just leave it there, shall we?
Right, we have got at Scamp, our brilliant cameraman, born and bred here in South Cerney. Don't get run over, Scamp, but you have got quite a few spectators here just dotted around. We're all sufficiently far apart. We're going to cross over the road now. The 5 ducks preparing for action. And there's a smattering of applause for these sporting heroes as they make their way down into the water. Jason Stevens, Darren Gadd, Stuart Foote, Mike Grindle and Andreas, the South African. We don't need his surname. He comes not from a land down under, but he comes from the southern hemisphere. Never have we seen a more mediocre gathering of sportsmen than we have here in South Cerney. Guys, give me a thumbs up if you're poised and ready. Okay, we have 5 ducks. There can only be one winner. Apparently it's up to me to issue the go. So all together, ladies and gents, let's count down. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1,
go! Oh, and the big man's taken an absolute pounding there. We'll have to have a steward's inquiry. That is outrageous. Well, that looks like it's Mike Grindle leading, Darren Gadd in second place. Oh, the South Africans had an absolute shocker. Come on, Jace. Well, he's using that extra buoyancy to just float his way down the river. Sorry, we can hardly keep up. Hired bikes here. This is incredible scenes. Now remember, third, second and first will be getting a prize. Mike leading at the moment, but I think there could be some shenanigans. And look at this. Jason, who was floored at the start, has almost caught up with Darren Gadd. Mike Powell is drawing out the first of the names. There's definitely some fatigue going on here. Darren Gadd leading, Jason in second. That looks to me like it's... Who's that in third? Andreas in third. And Mike suddenly finds himself at the rear of the field. Here we go. Differing techniques with the duck. And it is the leanest, the meanest. Darren Gadd leading. You're watching live coverage of the South Cerney duck race. Scamp, just pan round. We have got a few people here. Socially distanced, of course. A few have got their suns out, guns out.
Sun's out, guns out.
Here we go. We'll give you the names of the first, second and third when we get back to the pub very shortly. All the money gets used for various good causes around the village. Absolute scenes of carnage here. They've got out Now, who's that? That looks to me like it's Jason Stevens with the Ewan Thomas haircut and hair colour. He leads at the moment. Stewart's flat on his back. Oh, there's some serious fatigue going on here. Mike taking the lead once more. They're soaked. They're freezing. Mike from Darren Gadd.
Come on,
Andreas in third.
Come on, Jace.
And
Get
it's
moving.
Jason just bringing up the rear at the moment. We're not too far away from the finish line now. Darren definitely taking advantage of the extra deep water from last year where it was barely a trickle. Here we go then, edging towards the finish. Some serious lactic acid, and I'm loving the way Stu is just scamped. Just pan back up there. Better late than never. He's still going, the 31-year-old. Edging now down towards the finish. Jason Stevens leading. Darren Gadd in second place. It looks like Andreas, the South African, is in third. He looks a bit like Martin Bayfield there, along with Mike Grindle, last year's solo duck. And I think we'll have to wait and give a guard of honour to Stu Foote, who was pushed flat on his back right at the very start, and he's really struggled to keep up since. Here we are. Watching out for the big sprint to the finish. Oh, could it be a draw? We might need a photo replay. Mike Grindle. Oh, here they come. I think it could be a five-way tie, this. Well, sportsmanship could be the winner here because in quality terms it's been appalling. But well-meaning. And there they go. Arm in arm. Jason Stevens, Darren Gadd, Stu Foote, Mike Grindle and Andreas, the Stellenbosch South African, finishing in style. I actually think the moral winner was Stu Foote. He might be the biggest lad. He's a spent force. The lactic acid has taken its toll. He tried to use that extra buoyancy to help him recover, but I think it all went wrong when he was pushed over at the start. So I think morally it's Stu Foote who comes out ahead. But it's a five-way tie, a quintet of sporting mediocrity, front and centre here in South Cerney. We've raised a few quid for the village causes. We'll get a word or two with Mike Scamp. Just pan round, my highly skilled cameraman, born and bred here in the village. Not the tallest we've ever seen at 5'2.5".
Guns out!
And there we are. Right, guys. Mike.
Number one.
Are we? I don't think we're drawing them out here, are we? We're going to walk. He's got the three. We will announce them shortly. Mike, how was it?
Very tiring and very cold, but good fun.
There looked to me like there was actually some swimming going on this year because the water was much deeper.
It was deep enough to swim, definitely. Sort of. Lots of boulders on the knees.
Stu, I'm going to try and help you out. He's a spent scamp. Come down here, he's a spent force. Let's have another tickle of applause for this guy as he gets out. He is, as they say in rugby parlance, a sizable unit. You did so well there. Who was it who pushed you over at the start? We need to have a steward's inquiry.
I got a feeling it was Mr. Gadd.
I think it was Gadd, the tallest and the thinnest, trying to make sure he had every opportunity to win. You did some great back floating as you headed down the course.
That was more to do with the suit. I can't take any credit for that whatsoever.
Right, superb. Let's head back towards the pub. We will have to just quickly interview Darren Gadd, the 47-year-old who was the favourite. Appalling lack of sportsmanship at the front. Perhaps you felt Stu just needed a full-on dunk before taking on this course.
Well, to be honest, it was just in my way. I was the favourite, so I slowed down for them. It's Easter Monday. It's all for a good cause.
And I tell you what, I've been swimming in the river at Fairford. These waters are so much colder than they look, aren't they?
They are freezing, absolutely freezing. And I didn't realise how unfit I am.
No, I'm sure you're not that unfit. Right, we've spoken to Mike. The Ewan Thomas haircut belonged to Jason Stevens, who had his hood up all the way through. In fact, how have you managed that? Your hair is bone dry.
Well, that's just how you do. I just kept out the way, kept it tidy until I got nailed by all these lot. I've got to keep the hair. It's white now. The colour's already washed out of it. Can't use any more.
Yeah, you're not quite as pale as Ewan Thomas, but it is a distinctive haircut.
And not quite as fit.
Well, no, I mean he can't quite run 44.36 or whatever it is anymore, but he was a very, very good 400-metre runner back in his day.
Toughly fought that was.
And do you know what? How nice is it? I was just talking to one or two of the other guys. I come from a rival village. Of course, I breathe a slightly cleaner air in Downhampton, but I got some good mates here in South Cerney. How nice is it to just see people out laughing and smiling and having a good time again? We've come a long way in the last 12 months, even though we're not back to normal duck race.
No, as time's permitted, we're allowed to do a little bit more now, which has been great. And then let's hope next year we can hand the duck race back to its rightful owners, and we can have this packed with people all the way along, just like it used to be.
With real ducks.
Well, and you know the other thing I was saying to a few people at the pub over an orange juice before we gathered, we're so lucky to live in this part of Gloucestershire, because we've had, like, at certain times in the last year, there's been nothing to do but go for walks and go for paddles with your family. It is a beautiful part of the world here. We're so lucky.
Yeah, it's just, look at the village. The support we've got today, just think next year, threefold. It'll be just random. It just encourages people to come out. And this is what this bank holiday is all about. It's brilliant. Love it.
It is absolutely superb. Mike, I reckon we got a few more than cheered on last year. Maybe it wasn't just... Oh, and my cameraman's almost gone. He's just about stayed on his feet. No damage done. Sorry about that. It was a five-way tie, a quintet of sporting excellence. I think it was a bit more fun. I mean, you held the fort brilliantly last year, but so good to have all five of you in the water this time round.
Yeah, brilliant. Hopefully more entertaining. Thanks to the guys. Obviously, thanks to everyone. Thanks to you, Rob. Thanks to Scamp for doing the filming. Hope everyone's enjoying it, and we will announce the winning three ducks in about 5 minutes' time.
Oh, less than that. We'll be waiting for Mike Powell to head back towards the pub. Not the Mike Powell who set the world long jump record in one of the great long jumps of all time in Tokyo in 1991. The other Mike Powell, courtesy of South Cerney via Newtown. But gorgeous day. Look at that, all those people. Scamp, just pan round again. I know we couldn't do an official crowd, but there have been a fair few just here to support and watch.
Guns out.
If you've been watching at one of our live streams, thanks very much. We're heading back towards the pub where we have £15, £25 and £50 to the three lucky ducks who came third, second and first. We haven't fixed it. I'm looking for one or two of the ducks. I think they've just been waylaid with some autographs and so on. So we will bring you the results. I'm looking out for Mike Powell, see whether he's back. We got their three cheerleaders flexing their guns as they have been all the way through.
Flexing my guns. Let's go.
And if you are watching in the village, come down and join us for a pint of orange juice or a full fat milk in the Old George. We've got a great party going on this afternoon. Scamp, just pan round. We see quite a few people just entering the pub. We've got to watch out. Yes, all right, we've seen you boys. Move along. So we are just waiting. These hot tickets, £15, 25 and 50. There's Paul Thomas. Paul, did you witness any of that?
Most of it. It looked absolute carnage.
It was.
It was carnage, yes. Plenty of rugby tackles. No fair play, which is what we want.
Well, it was really good, even better than it was last year. Right, I can see Mike Powell.
I have the results.
Oh, we have the results.
Okay.
Right. Mike Grindle. Mike Grindle in third place.
Third place duck was duck number 101. 101 in third.
101. So if you're watching this on various streams, 101, 15 quid. That'll buy you 3 pints. We'll see you here in 5 minutes.
Absolutely. In second place, the runner-up with ticket number 1360. 1360.
25 quid, 1360. And the metaphorical drum roll, please. £50. He'll make it up to 75 if you come and drink it all in one of his pubs.
Absolutely. So the winning duck in first place was number 1197. 1197. We will post these on Facebook as well, but please come down and claim your prize. Bring your duck.
Well, and come and join the party. Scamp, just pan around. We've got loads of people beginning to arrive here for an afternoon session. The Ducks will be going through some post-match analysis. They've worked hard. The outfits are absolutely soaked. I think that'll just about do us. We're desperate to get this back to normal next year, but the South Cerney Duck Race was not going to be derailed because of COVID-19. We're all the way back to normal, almost. We'll see you Bank Holiday Monday next May with full crowds, but in the meantime, if you've won the 15 quid, the 25 or the 50, get down here to the Old George to spend your money. Fair play to our 5 ducks. They have ensured the South Cerney Duck Race lives to fight another day. It was carnage.